You know what's truly hardcore? A video game controller with a glowing pink ball on the end of it. This is the PlayStation Move controller. Motion control on your PS3, and I'm happy to say that it works really well, even if it looks extremely silly. This may be the silliest looking controller that I've ever seen. You may be asking, why does this thing need a glowing ball on the end of it at all? Well, it works with this camera that you hook up to your PlayStation 3, and it works really well. It's very, very responsive. And you know what? It's a comfortable controller. In fact, it's actually more comfortable than the competing Nintendo Wii controller. Both the PS3 Move and the Nintendo Wii controller have triggers underneath them for shooting games and throwing frisbees and stuff. They've got buttons on the top. Let's take a close-up look here at the Move. There's your PlayStation button. There's that button with the squiggly thing on it, the 4 buttons representing the PlayStation buttons on the regular controller, and close up of the trigger. There's the glowing ball. Wrist strap, there's where you plug it into your PlayStation 3 to charge. Start button and select button. Most of the games that you'll play, you may use 1 or 2 buttons at a time. Sometimes you have to use one of these other buttons, and the ones on the top here are a bit awkward to get to, but the rest of them work pretty well. I complained about the length of the wire that comes with the camera during the full PlayStation Move review. 2 different settings for your camera. One is wide angle, and you'll put this in front of your television so that it reads the Move controller and your motions. This thing is extremely top heavy too. I'm really not sure where they were going with this when designing it. It should have far more weight on the bottom. It's so easy to knock over. The cord is so short. I do not like the design of that. Depending on what game you're playing, the ball on top will change colors. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's green, sometimes it flashes, and it's, you know, it's kind of bizarre. It really is. It's an odd-looking device, yet it is functional. And that's what's important. The PlayStation Move works. It works well, even if it's a very strange-looking controller. So what is better, the PlayStation Move controller or the Nintendo Wii controller? That's easy. The Sega Genesis controller. Because it's comfortable to play video games with, and you don't have to fling it around for motion control. I like that. And I like the Sega Genesis controller. If only it had a pink ball on it. Wouldn't that be interesting? So you could use your PlayStation Move controller for dramatic lighting on your Sega Genesis controllers. Well, that's a plus.